So this was shared from Libs of TikTok, and it says ICE arrested Salvadorian convicted murderer who's in our country illegally. The problem is they can't deport him because of a Biden era decision protecting him from deportation. Democrats imported a foreign army and protected them while they invaded us. And I read that and I'm like, there's no way. And then I watched this video and I'm like, oh my God, there actually is like rules that the Biden era put in to save this guy from being deported because they're worried that things are going to happen to him if he gets deported. I'm like, and that's our problem. How? Here we go.
That's our car.
All right. Only Fox News was with ICE and HSI officers in Los Angeles as they moved in to take down a high-priority aggravated felon. His name is Alexander Palacios Guevara. DHS says he's a Salvadoran illegal alien and Sureños gang member with prior convictions for murder and attempted murder.
Convictions for murder and attempted murder. And this dude is one of those guys that he reminds you of Lethal Weapon with the diplomatic immunity. The way he talks to ICE, he sounds like that motherfucker.
I have an immigration lawyer.
Guevara has had a deportation order since February 2024 and had been living freely in Los Angeles County, a sanctuary jurisdiction. Now that this convicted murderer is in federal custody, he's coming here to this ICE facility where he's going to be booked. They're going to take his fingerprints, take his biometrics. He'll be placed in a cell. But as we were reporting on what would happen next with Guevara, he interrupted us to repeatedly say he shouldn't be deported because he has a special form of relief called CAT. ICE says you have a deportation order since February 2024, sir.
No, I just got CAT on December the 18th of last year by the BIA. You can call my lawyer.
It turns out
Diplomatic immunity. You can call my lawyer. You can't do shit to me.
his claim is true. ICE wasn't aware at the time of his arrest, but in the final days of the Biden administration on December 18th, the BIA, or Board of Immigration Appeals, under the Biden Department of Justice, granted Guevara a relief known as DCAT, meaning deferred removal under the Convention Against Torture. It means Guevara can't be deported to El Salvador because he fears being killed or tortured. And the Trump administration...
Oh no, a murderer being feared of being murdered or tortured when he gets back to the place that he did it? Oh no, we should save him from that.
Administration is outraged about it. An ICE spokesperson tells Fox, quote, "This criminal alien should never have been roaming the streets of Los Angeles. Not only is he a member of the ruthless Sureños gang, but he also has multiple convictions for murder, assault, and rape or sexual abuse of a minor. A highly unusual Biden-era legal decision from December allowed this dangerous criminal to live in American communities." Are you a convicted murderer, sir?
I am free.
Are you a convicted murderer? And guys, after that interaction, we learned that ICE briefly released this man from custody. Then they went out and rearrested him the very next day due to his criminal history. He remains in ICE custody now, but this just goes to show how complicated this system is. This Salvadoran man is convicted of murder. He's an alleged gang member. He has an active deportation order. He had his due process, but still, ICE is unable to send him back home to his home country because of this last-minute protection he got during the final days of the Biden administration.
So who is supposed to, like, wait, he's not even in prison though. Like that's like he's a convicted murderer and he's being protected by the Biden policies and he's not in prison and he's not getting deported because he fears for his life because he's a convicted murderer? What? So he just gets to live here for free with no concerns of anything? What?
Now, ICE can and will try to deport him to a third-party country, but right now they have to wait for the Supreme Court to rule on their ability to do so because a federal judge in Boston earlier this year blocked them from doing third-party removals. Last point I want to make, I did reach out to this man's immigration attorney multiple times, asking her who exactly is he afraid is going to torture him back home. She never got back to me. We'll send it back to you.
Bill Belusian, thank you.
Shocking. Shocking. Who is it? It doesn't matter. He said he's worried about it. Can we stop asking questions? I mean, that blew my mind enough. But then we get to another story from Libs of TikTok. Breaking. Border Patrol agents shut down massive 3,000-foot drug smuggling tunnel between TJ and San Diego, where I am. Equipped with lighting, ventilation systems, and tracks to move narcotics. The agents discovered the tunnel in early April while it was actively under construction. The tunnel had a projected exit point near or inside a commercial warehouse space in San Diego. They got this tunnel up and running before California could figure out high-speed transit with billions of dollars. But don't worry, the drug smugglers will get something going with no taxpayer dollars. Grok, how did they shut it down? The U.S. Border Patrol shut down the TJ San Diego tunnel by pouring thousands of gallons of concrete into it, rendering it unusable. This method, confirmed by Customs and Border Protection, disrupts smuggling temporarily. However, cartels often build new tunnels using advanced techniques like horizontal drilling, suggesting shutdowns may not deter long-term trafficking. Effectiveness is debated, as resources could target broader issues like drug demand or port smuggling. Drilling tunnels could raise suspicion due to noise, vibration, and material removal, potentially alerting authorities. However, cartels often evade detection by using remote locations, noise dampening techniques, and advanced drilling methods. Corruption and informants, it goes on from there, further reduce risks. Technologies like ground-penetrating radar have limitations, making detection challenging. While suspicious activity might occur, cartels' strategies often keep tunnels hidden from operation until operational. Would it have saved money if they, instead of concrete, they used explosives to collapse the tunnel? That's a good point. Using explosives to collapse the smuggling tunnel might seem cheaper initially, as less material is needed to compare to pouring thousands of gallons of concrete. However, concrete is likely preferred for safety and long-term effectiveness. It fully fills the tunnel, preventing reuse and avoid risks of collateral damage to nearby structures or utilities, which could raise costs. Explosives, while faster, might leave sections intact and require special handling, adding expenses. Concrete's controlled application aligns with standard Border Patrol practices, suggesting it's more cost-effective overall despite higher upfront costs. Exact cost comparisons unclear due to limited data. I'm wondering just the amount of work and effort to pour concrete in, what was it, 3,000 feet? In a tunnel where you could walk through 3,000 feet of that? That's a lot of concrete. Like, bro, that's a lot of concrete. Damn. But yeah, that was another one of those situations on top of this border crossing illegal that was a convicted murderer.
Convictions for murder and attempt.
And we're dealing with a border crisis right now with people trying to push back for illegal immigrants to be able to stay here because, well, they're not hurting anyone. They're fine. And then you start digging and you find out that, oh, wait, there's actually this whole underground network of awful things that most of them are participating in, allegedly. And then they find ways to stay away from any kind of conviction. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways. How long does it take? It doesn't say. Imagine being a smuggler in there when suddenly a surge of concrete comes flooding in. Well, I think they probably closed it off before then, but yes, that would be crazy. They typically are under buildings. You would destroy. Yeah, exactly. You got to be careful with that, with the explosions.